Full disclosure, as I make this video, I never completely fully learned and played FUJIN. I tried, and then I tried again, and then I tried again, and I said fuck it every time. So I'm here to kind of talk about why, and why you won't see 100 FUJINs online, even if he's the best character in the game. Even when he had an infinite, you still weren't seeing a million FUJINs, and this is kind of just why, in basically the issue with FUJIN, basically. So I don't have a problem with execution heavy characters. Execution heavy characters can exist. There are games and situations that are for those characters that they are welcome in. Mortal Kombat 11 is not a game that's welcoming to anyone execution heavy. It's just not. The best characters in the game are very easy to use. Liu Kang's extremely easy to use, Gears is extremely easy to use, Jackie's extremely easy to use, and they're not going to nerf those characters. They have no desire to nerf them. So just knowing that, there's no place in this, there's no reason unless like you specifically went out of your way to say, hey, here's a character for those the 3% of players who want to play a character with that might have crazy tech down the line, that might be able to do some crazy shit, but only 3 people on the planet can pull it off. Now, if that's what you wanted, NetherRealm, hey, you got it. It's here. You got it. You got it. You got it. But I don't think that's great. And I don't think FUJIN needed to be that. I think FUJIN had the potential to be anything. And the other problem, well, we're gonna get to a lot of shit, right? We're gonna get to a lot of shit. So let's start at the source. Start at the beginning, because I don't want to get ahead of myself. And again, this is not to say, well, it kind of is. I was going to say this is not to say FUJIN's a bad character, but like I've talked about in some of my other videos, his fastest mid is 13 frames. It's minus 16 on block. If the second hit is minus 14, if you do the full string, you're minus 18, which most characters are not going to punish that, but there are some that can. There are definitely some that can put minus 18 from this range. There are some that can punish you, and I don't know if Shiva's one of them, but there are some of them. But it's not even that, but like, look at his fucking sweep. Not the sweeps are a huge deal in this game, but why did you give him such a shitty one? And it's minus 6 when like Air Black and certain characters. Shao Kahn's sweep is like minus 1. I just don't get it. His down 4 has no range. His down 3 is okay, I guess. 10 frames, down 3. I guess that's cool as standards. Down 1's average, very normal average, nothing special about it. His down 2 is horrible. He now has the worst down 2 in the game. Congratulations, yours is worse than Frost's. I didn't think it was possible, but you got the worst down 2 in the game. Like, these buttons are good, like forward 2, back 2, like from this range, right? Hold on. Right, that's pretty good. It's negative, but then you can go into the second hit of it, right? Well, I guess you can only do that on hit. On block, you do that one. Already minus 7 anyway, but problem with that is minus 12. Minus 12. So, you know, it's like a lot of his shit, and even, hold on. look at the block advantage at the bottom left of the screen. Like, so I was one of the people who, within less than an hour of playing, within like 30 minutes of playing FUJIN, I was like, this character is not good. You know what I mean? Because like, to an extent, you can just look at the frame data and you can see a lot of things. Like, the frame data tells a story. Now, this doesn't have a gap in it, which is great. It's jab string, right? And it has a crushing blow in it for counter hit and punish. That's really good. That's good. So if you do something minus 8, I can hit you for, what is it, 28%? Because I don't want to make it sound like this character doesn't have any good qualities, that there's nothing good about him. And him being quote-unquote bad isn't necessarily the problem. Yeah, 28%, right? And he stole Rain's super kick, whatever. So he's got some things, right? This is a very practical crushing blow too. In a variation 3, you can combo into that. If you whiff the low, and this can go under projectile, so they shoot a projectile, you read it, you go under it, boom. Really, really, really good crushing blow. So he's got 2 really good crushing blows. He's got throw crushing blows. Problem with the problem with his throw crushing blows is he has the same problem Frost has, which is a little better now, but like very early on, she had 2 throw crushing blows, but there was no reason to ever get thrown by Frost. Like, why is FUJIN ever gonna pressure him, right? His fastest mid is 13 frames. Like, you can down 1, be -4 and down 1 again, or you can down 1 on block with some characters, right? You can down 1 on block, be like -3, -4, and then go into like a 9 or 10 frame mid string, and he has to hold that. he can't do anything about it. Like, let me see if I can show it with Shiva. I should have thought about this before I put Shiva on the screen. Let's see. I'm gonna have, yeah, okay. I know, why am I so bad at this shit? Maneuvering this shit, right? Wait. You see me trying to go on the back one? And I'm getting hit out of it? And granted, I can poke back. I understand that he can poke back, but what does that give him, right? Because once you do that, once you show that, oh, if I poke or whatever, you're just gonna poke back. All I'm gonna do is block your poke. And now you're -4. I forgot I have flawless on, but you get the point, right? I know, once I know you're gonna poke back because you have no mids, you can't do anything else. Now you're -4. So now even if my fastest mid is like 11 frames, guess what? You gotta fucking hold it. Because best case scenario, it trades. Best case scenario, right? With his down 1. If my mid is 10 frames or 9 frames, you're gonna get slapped in the face, so you gotta respect it. So like, when I say, or other people say, oh, a character can get mashed on or whatever, or like, he doesn't have fast buttons and he can't stop people who have fast buttons, right? So like, he already is at a disadvantage defensively because of his frame data. And I know that every character in the game isn't supposed to be rushed down in your face, blah 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 blah, but like, even Frost has an 11 frame mid. So even Cetrion has a 10 frame string. Even Shang Tsung has a 10 frame string, right? Even Robocop has a 10 frame mid. Like, even Shiva has a 10 frame mid. But FUJIN, 13, buddy. 13. It's got good range, but one thing that's also an issue with FUJIN, and granted, let me say this before I go too deep into this. I know that people can find things, right? I know people will find tech. I know people will find combos that work for them. I know people will be like, oh nah, you can combo off this if you do this, you know, and then like, I know you'll find ways to make it work. I know that it will work. I know that, but like, it shouldn't be this weird or this different or this hard to make work. When the entire game is on a certain flowchart and then one character is way off to the left and he has shitty frame data, it's like, fam, what? So I'm not saying this to say like it's impossible to make the character work. People are gonna pick FUJIN and go online and play with him, but he's not designed well for this game. It's kind of the point I'm trying to make. But anyway, so I know how to. I want to show that I have. Well, that one wasn't real. That would have been real. I'm trying to show y'all that I know how to do a FUJIN combo. Hey, I just didn't do an ender. But that's basically a FUJIN combo in variation 1, right? I'm aware that you can EX it. I'm aware. I know that. And I'm aware that you can EX it twice, but I don't think it's ever worth the resource. Like, giving up both your offensive meters to do regular ass damage is not really worth it, right? But like, the problem, what you see me doing is I do a 1-2, right? Jab string, because 1-1 won't combo. 1-1 will not combo. As you can see, you have to spin meter, and it still doesn't combo. Yeah, it still doesn't combo. So yeah, you got to do 1-2. Then you have to go into down back to his launcher. But since his launcher is so weird, you can't just go forward and finish the combo. You have to do it, wait, and then dash forward in the move. And then you can finish your combo. Now, there is no other character in the game that I know of whose launcher works this way, right? Where you do it, wait, and then go forward. And it's just a small wait. And like that alone disrupts the flow so much, because something that should be as easy as a simple launch now becomes way more complicated, right? Now I get it all the time because I guess I'm warmed up. But like variation 1 bar B&B, simple as that, right? But like it's why is it so weird to do his combos? Like, why does he need to be harder to use than everybody else? And it doesn't seem like there's any good reason for it. Like, I believe in execution heavy characters if there's a reward, right? Because there's an inherent risk to using Fujin. If it's going to be hard to do my combos when I go online, it's going to be harder to play regular game, right? It's going to be hard to do the bare minimum unless I just do something like this. 18%, you know what I mean? It's going to be hard to do more than that. So what's the reward? It's high risk, low reward, or average reward. You know what I mean? That's like, I don't. Let's just look at variation 2. And I know the names are different, but these are the competitive variations. So every variation I've seen so far has something wrong with it. So that's why I'm gonna go through all of them. And I get it. I'm not like the Fujin expert because I didn't grind this character in and out. But even the people who day one, when like I was saying Fujin doesn't seem too hot, I've seen competitive players like people like Silver Eye who were playing Fujin and were saying, oh, people already saying he's bad, I'm having fun playing him. And then a few days later go, damn, people just jump on hit and mash out of everything. And I was like, yeah, you can't stop them from doing shit like that because you don't have the buttons for it. It's like when I play Frost, like you can't really stop people from jumping on hit. You really can't stop people from jumping on wake up, from mashing out of shit. And it's like, fuck, man, like it's kind of not rewarding. But anyway, variation 2, he loses his wing kicks. He gets a drill instead. It's +8, but look at the distance. So if I were to do, it's not like I can reach with that. I can reach with this. I can get it to actually do a job, or that. So you know, it's something they gotta respect. But again, like I said, that's not necessarily safe, right? That can be flawless blocked, etc., etc., etc. And the thing is, back to this. Wait. Here we go. Let's see if they fix it. Nope, they didn't fix it. They didn't fix it. and I just stopped laughing, but basically, if you flawless block this once, it no longer does any pushback. You see how she's not flawless blocking it? Now let me reset it. You see how it pushes her back and it's -1? You know what I mean? And -1, this is completely reset neutral. Completely. Because you're over here, I'm over here, and I'm -1. Completely resets neutral, which is fine if you're gonna, you know what I mean? Nothing wrong with that, and I have zero complaints about that. But if you have her flawless block it one time, and they just fixed his infinite. They just hot fixed his infinite. And I'm gonna turn flawless block off. Now it does no pushback and it's -6. None. No pushback and it's -6. It's still safe, right? Which is good. It's still safe. But I thought this was a bug. Like if you flawless block it one time, it doesn't have pushback for the rest of the match. Like the pushback is gone. Like I don't understand. Like I don't get it. Oh man, I don't. Anyway, enough about that. So what else does he have? Skywalker. I can dive kick you out of it. I can EX dive kick you, but that's a gimmick. And I hate shit like this, if you haven't noticed, right? If you haven't noticed me, I don't like gimmicks. Like, if you're gonna play and beat me, beat me. Don't design a character to have gimmicks. It's like Shiva. It's just stomp gimmicks. And her stomp needs to be nerfed because it's too stupid. Like, it's too dumb. Especially online with lag and input delay and shit. It's too stupid. But anyway, his Skywalker is a gimmick. So you get this move, the little air charge or whatever. I don't know if they fix his parry. He has an air parry in this, but some attack, I know at least against like Liu Kang's jump kick, it wasn't working. And it's just bad, right? Where is it? How do you do it? How do you do parry? I know how to do Skywalker. It's like down by 2. Does he really not have it? Whatever. So, Skywalker, right? People do... And that's another thing. It's hard as fuck to do. It's not, but it's like it's so specific. You can cancel that third hit. It's a Skywalker, but it does not come out consistently offline. And then you can do something like that, right? I've seen players do that and they go for a throw. But as you can see in the bottom left, that's -16, right? Or you can go into like dive kick, which is -13. Well, it's a dive kick, so it's going to be more or less unsafe. Or you can EX it, which is also unsafe. So again, the dive kick shit out of Skywalker is all gimmicks. Because regular dive is unsafe, EX dive kick is... Damn, well, maybe... She's still flaws blocking? Yeah. Regular dive kick is unsafe, right? EX dive kick, also unsafe, right? So it's just gimmicks. All the shit is unsafe. It's like Scorpion Teleport, right? And then this shit... People do like, oh, button, and then Skywalk, I'm gonna grab you. That shit's not real. Like, it's just, like, I've seen it and it's gonna work day 1, day 2, but when people lab this character, if they decide to, like, you're gonna see this motherfucker go in the sky. I want to record it, but it's so fucking hard to do this. Like, my execution is not bad, but like this, like, it's hard as fuck to get this shit consistently. Let's see if I can record it. Oh shit, she not blocking. I already fucked up. Fucking take one, already fucked up. Okay. Oh, we got it. Anyway. Like, am I done? Do I need to say anything else? Like, honestly? Like, do I need to say anything else? And I'm not trying to make FUJIN look terrible, but I just don't get why they would design a character this way. Like, Variation 2 is all gimmicks. It's all gimmicks. And yeah, like, right now, while nobody knows shit about it, it's gonna work. But it's not real. When people sit down and say, oh, that's what that is, that's what that is, oh, once you recognize the animation of him flying in the air, jumping in the air, you're gonna react with a button, with a down 2, or with a... It depends on your character for what you're gonna do. You might instant jump punch or jump kick, but that shit is not real, bro. His air parry doesn't even do anything. Like, when he jumps in the air and parries you, like, he parries your attack, but he doesn't get anything off of it. It just means you did an attack, you swung, and he didn't lose health. Like, what the fuck is the point of that? Never mind. So anyway, we got Variation 3. So he gets to EX these. Hold on. Oh, wrong button. There we go. Get a little more damage on that, which is good. Excuse me, you get push. Close, medium, far. EX and boom. You get a crushing blow if you hit all 3 of them. This move doesn't do any damage on hit. Doesn't do any damage on hit. This move does not do any damage on hit unless you EX it, which means the most damage you can get, aside from the crushing blow, is 120 from both of your bars and meter. From both of your bars and meter. That shit is terrible. It's stupid. He has his lift. Space control move, right? Green Lantern, old school Fujin, Ermac, boom. Problem is, as you can see, she ain't lifting. She ain't lifting at all. You want her to lift, she gotta be in the air. I don't mind that you only get 80 damage, even though if it doesn't hit grounded opponents, you should get more damage than that, because they have to be in the air. You have to make a read, or react to them being in the air, whatever. And, you know, you can combo them after. I keep whipping that. It's not that hard. Yeah. It lands right into the crushing blow. You can combo off of it too. If this move hit grounded opponents, I would play this variation of this character. I would put everything aside and play this variation if this move worked on grounded opponents. But since it doesn't, it only works against people in the air. It's not even like there's an enhanced version that hits ground characters. No, they have to jump to get hit by this. If not, if you make a read and just do this, you're fucking free to get punished. And I know it's not that bad on whiff, but it's like, fam, why does this move need to be tied to a gimmick? Why don't you just make it hit grounded characters and make it unsafe on block? Like every other move like this has been. Ermac's lift, Green Lantern's lift, it's just unsafe on block. But instead, you nerf it even more. You nerf it even more and say, nah, it can only hit you if you're in the air. If you're on the ground, do push. Wait, do push. And do no damage. -5 on hit. Like, what is this character? This is why I didn't do a FUJIN guide. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I'm not. I tried. I wanted to. FUJIN was I was hyped for FUJIN. I was hyped for FUJIN when I first found out about the leak. When I first found out there were new DLC. No, not new, but when the DLC first leaked and the data mine and the files got out, I was like, oh shit, we getting FUJIN? I was like, we're definitely not getting Ermac, but we're getting FUJIN. He's gonna have the win. You know, he's gonna have the. I love that move. It's a space control move. Like, you whiff some shit or you jump or something this range, boom, got your ass. Apparently he can do it fucking full screen. He can do it close. They gave it different ranges. Sure, whatever. But it's just like they tried. It's like they tried so hard to make this move fair that they made it garbage. Like. You made it only hit airborne opponents. Then you made it, I have to direct it. So I have to do close, I have to do medium, or I have to do far. Like, if you have to direct the move, that's already step one of balancing it. Then it only hits airborne opponents. So it's just like, and then even if I land this move right, where are we at? Movement mode, jump. Even if I land it right, it's not the easiest thing in the world to get a combo off of this, right? Nope. Like, you know what I mean? Granted, I know if you really play FUJIN, you probably have this figured out a little more than I do, but still. It's not the easiest thing in the world to get a combo off. And that crushing blow only happens if you catch a backdash, which I think is a shitty requirement, but I think it'll happen in a match. It'll happen sometimes. But yeah, so it's like, there's too many catches to FUJIN. There's too many, like, oh, this move, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, this looks hella good. And in the combat cast, they said, oh, it doesn't do chip damage. I was like, oh, that's fine. It doesn't do chip. It's hella obnoxious to deal with, but it doesn't do chip. Okay, cool. But it turns out it just doesn't do damage. It's not that it doesn't do fucking chip. It doesn't do damage. And, like, I don't want a move that doesn't do any damage. This only matters if I have the life lead. If I don't have the life lead, this doesn't help me. I can't do anything. Not to mention, the move advances you forward. If you look, I'm not dashing forward or anything. Look at us just moving closer to the corner, right? The move advances you forward. Like, there's a lot, and there's more. Like, FUJIN still has bugs. He's been the buggiest character since he came out. He's got infinites. He's got, like, the character's just not done, man. He's not done. He's not done. Like, they just dropped the ball with this character big time. Because I don't get it, because I know that RoboCop was supposed to be like their big selling point, and he was supposed to be like a cool character, but FUJIN was the flashy character. FUJIN looked cool to a lot of us that we saw. We were like, oh hell yeah, FUJIN's got this shit. You know what I mean? We see Motherfucker jump around, running in the sky. We were looking at Fujin like, yo, if I wasn't born in 1980 or 70, and I don't have RoboCop nostalgia, you know what I mean? I'm probably looking at Fujin like, motherfucker can literally run in the sky. Like, I saw this shit in the trailer and was like, what? Look, whoop, and come back, whoop, except that that's not practical. You know what I mean? Like, and I know you can get some little shit, but it's just, and even this crushing blow, right? It's so telegraphed because you have to do this, then you have to whiff the first hit of the string and hit him with the second. It only worked there because I got easy crushes on. Then you have to eat. Then you can't just move after you. It's not a big enough bounce, right? You have to cancel it into a special. So if you're not in a variation that has a good launching special, oh, guess what? You know what I mean? I'm going to Warp Needle. Like, it's just, it's like they wanted to make a character that's crazy but safe. It's like Fujin's like he's like a Kung Lao, like a Raiden, but if they actually tried to make sure they weren't crazy. So they make him look super crazy, but he's actually not crazy at all. And this is my problem with Fujin. This is my big beef with Fujin. Like, that's all it is. That's the problem with Fujin to me. Like, I thought he looked really cool. I think he looks really flashy. I think he has, like, potential. Like, this could potentially be a good stagger move. Like RoboCop has a move just like this that's plus 17. Or plus, I think it's like plus 14 or 15. And if you EX it, it's plus 17. But Fujin's is plus 80. I mean on hit, by the way. So it's not like you can really stagger anybody. Now, if you're in the corner, I'm sure this is probably good. Well, you're not even that range. Yeah, right? That's 11 frames. You're plus 8. But it's a hot. You know what I mean? Like, and it just is, oh man, it's like they failed at trying to, whatever they tried to execute with this character, they failed at. Like, they did it and like they scaled it back way back. So it's like, I would have rather Fujin come out and been broken as fuck with all these moves than for him to come out like this half cooked. Like, I don't know, man. What do y'all think? I just can't, man. I'm really disappointed in this character, so I really haven't talked about him that much. And I wanted to talk about him a lot, but it's just like, he could have been so much more. And I get it. I know people are going to say, nah, Fujin's not bad, man. You just, trust me, bro. He's bad. Fujin's bad. He's bad. He's a bad character. I'm sorry. If you like the character, play him. If you like him, play him. By all means, play this character. I'm not saying don't pick him, but be prepared to do way more work than everybody you fight against. If you're okay with working 5 times harder than everybody and still getting masked on and jumped on, play him. You know, if you have fun playing this character, always play whoever you have fun playing, right? That's always, I never want to tell you guys, don't pick this character. No. If you like Fujin, play him. I played Frost when her fastest mid was 16 frames. I always say that. Like, I played her when I believe she's the worst in the game. I still believe she's the worst in the game, if not for Fujin. It's either her or Fujin, man. And I still play her against Jade in that matchup, and occasionally for fun, because I think she's fun. So you should always play who you think is fun, no matter what people say, what people do. Play who you like. Enjoy your game, but know that if you're attempting to be competitive in any kind of way, that this character is 100%. I don't want to say 100%, but he could potentially hold you back. Is all I want to say. And I think he should have. I think Fujin deserved better. Fujin was supposed to be DLC in MK9. They put him in MKX's story mode, but didn't put him in the game. And we finally get to play as Fujin again, and he sucks. And he's the only one. Like, Shiva's really good, and she's got her stupid ass stomp. RoboCop is good. RoboCop is balanced, but he's really good. RoboCop does not seem overpowered at all to me. He can be overwhelming if you don't know what's going on, but he's not overpowered. He's got a weakness. Like, he has a glaring weakness. Like, if you outspace him or you don't have to deal with his zoning, it's a wrap for him. Like, Jade doesn't have to deal with his zoning and outspaces him, it's a wrap, you know? Like, and I'm sure if you find a good Frost player, it'll probably be a wrap for him too. I haven't tested that matchup, but I think Frost probably does alright against him too. because he can't just mindlessly zone against her, and she definitely outspaces him, you know? So, yeah. Anyway, I just don't understand why they decided to make FUJIN the weird wonky character. I don't think this game needs a weird wonky character. This game should not have an execution character when the best characters in the game are extremely easy to use. No, there is no room for a character that's extremely difficult to use, especially one that's extremely difficult to use and bad. I just don't understand that. Like, I don't get it. I'm sure there are a few characters who love learning new FUJIN tech, but I guarantee you they're gonna get pissed off eventually because they keep losing to people they know they can beat. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, let me know what y'all think. Y'all think I'm completely wrong and full of shit. Do you not like my opinions at all? Do you agree? Do you see where FUJIN's shortcomings are? Look at his down too, bro. Look at that shit. Look at his sweep. I'm gonna stop. I promise I'm gonna stop. But anyway, y'all have a good one, man. JSF, I'm out of here. Subscribe for more content, please.